I can't help feel like I'm forgetting something.
No black cats, just straight facts.
Triple P certified.
Listen, we can talk about odds all day. It doesn't matter what the odds are. It matters what's gonna happen.
Is this what the kids are doing nowadays? I started thumbing through the money, like this, to really be like looking through all the money I won this weekend as the show started. But then I was like, Luke, that's old head. That's old head shit. That's old head shit, Luke. The kids nowadays, they do this. This wasn't around when I was a kid, but they do this. They put it on the arm, right, Alex? You're a little younger.
On the arm.
It's on the arm. Welcome to the Perk Play Pursuit. We're coming here off a big winning weekend. Some might call it a record-breaking weekend. I absolutely burnt the house down with everybody inside, men, women, children. I won so much money. I dug myself out of the hole that was year 6. As you can see, starting with my $1,000 bankroll, May 9th, 2025. We're now in July. We're almost 4 months into year 6, and I'm up $1,515. I'm up 150 units. This is amazing. We're going to walk you through the bets that I placed to win $4,500, $4,100 net gross profit, stinky fat cheddar cheese that I won only investing before the fight card started, $200 of my own money. And of that $200, $150 of it was Philly's profit from the night before. So taking very little risk on my side, betting just $200. The rest of the losses were hedge plays along the way. So things that I was doing to keep myself guaranteeing profit as I went up to my extraordinary payout. We'll get into it all. I've spoken with Dan. A lot to discuss in today's episode. Let me hear in the comments, how did you guys do? 7 underdogs won last weekend. Now, before Alex speaks, let me just say this. Alex, we talk all the time. Whenever there's a card where, it's like UFC London where 11 out of 12 favorites win, right? I'll get messages in the DMs of the PPP certified account on Instagram at PPP certified. I'll get messages from people like, I hit a 15 leg parlay between the UFC, baseball, soccer. Look at this. I won $1,000 on a $1 bet. I'm a genius. And I'm like, yeah, dude, every favorite won this week's card. So we always call it, whether it's football, whether it's UFC, you call it a square bettors weekend. But this weekend was a sharps weekend. And if you can win on a sharp weekend, if you can win when 7 out of 12 underdogs, 7 out of 12 fighters who fight the underdog wins, if you can win and be 9 out of 12 accurate, I was 9 out of 12 accurate, Alex was 9 out of 12 accurate on a card where 7 underdogs have won, and we both, our combined picks, the picks we both agreed on, the double P certified picks, 7 out of 8. 7 out of fucking 8. The one guy who lost was a favorite. So we're taking big shots on underdogs confidently and winning thousands of dollars doing it. Welcome to the Alex. Take it away.
Well, you took all of my steam there. I was about to say, everybody looks at my great performance over the last few weeks. I've gone 80-90% on picks every week for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Ever since I swore off gambling, I have been hot, red hot. And you might look at some of those cards and say, that's a lot of chalk, Alex. You're not really making too much money on that anyway. So it is what it is. But when I do it week in, week out, even on a card with 7 underdogs winning, what can you say? What can you say besides this guy knows what's going to happen? I had a few skunks at my garden party, and they were dogs indeed, but I called a lot of these dogs, and I knew what was going to happen. If you ever want to know what's going to happen on a card, wait till I retire from gambling and then pick exactly what I pick, because it always ends up turning red when I am retired.
Guys, Martin Boudet, Alex and I, double P certified, Martin Boudet. Stephen Wynn, double P certified. Billy Elkanah, dog number 2 of the night, fight number 3, double P certified. Tabitha Ricci, dog number 3 of the evening, fight number 4, double P certified. Then we both double P certified Damone Blackshear. But we also said, like, Davey Grant's a beast. We love Davey Grant. So let's say you build a prelims parlay, all 5 of our picks. Yeah. And you're not hedging out on Davey Grant in that situation. That's your own fault. You're an idiot and you don't watch the show. But forget even about Damone Blackshear, who we all could agree was overvalued and not really in a bettable spot. Boudet, Nguyen, Elkanah, Ricci. That alone is enough to make enough money to just enjoy the rest of the card. Then you got Bryce Mitchell. Then you got
Muslim Salikov. I picked Muslim Salikov.
You picked Muslim Salikov, exactly. So with the what's interesting is we both got 3 fights incorrect. My 3 were Damone Blackshear, Carlos Leal, and Jose Ochoa. Now Ochoa landed more strikes, did more damage, ultimately might have even won the fight, but I wasn't bitter. It was nothing to a boss at that point.
Mm.
Leo, huge favorite, got caught, got knocked out by Muslim Salikov, who's done this his last 3 fights. You're never going to catch me, like, once I start fading an old guy, you're never going to catch me coming around. Like, I will fade him to the grave. I will double down and double down and double down until they are just out of my life forever, one way or the other. But you're never going to see me jump on the train of an old guy, right? So when he knocked out, who was it, Rude Boy? Who did he beat up? He beat up, Li Jing Liang knocked him out, right?
Yep.
And then
Kenan Song. Kenan Song wheel kicked Kenan Song in his last fight.
Yeah, then he knocked out Kenan Song.
He got knocked out by Randy Brown.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So he's had mixed results, and I've had mixed results with him, but always fearful of my guy Muslim Salikov. You picked the King of Kung Fu. We've always been a fan of the King of Kung Fu since we started this podcast. But when we started the podcast, he was 34. Right. He was 34 when we started the podcast. So now he's 40. Yeah. That's where I come in with that. So Blackshear, Leal, and Ochoa were the 3 I got wrong. Blackshear was the common one that Alex and I both got wrong, but Alex got Whitaker at the top and Krylov. So again, a close or a split decision with Ochoa and Whitaker kind of situation. Dominant knockouts with Leal and Krylov. So it's like we kind of lost. Me and you, our thinking was even correct in the ways that we lost, even when we didn't lose in the same fight.
Yep. Precisely.
Like, we really covered the board this week. I'm really proud of this card. I will say that UFC Abu Dhabi Whitaker versus DeRitter will remain in my mind as a very special card for me. So my total winnings, $4,992.95. So pert near 5,000. At the beginning of the night, when I looked at the card, the bets that I had placed were a $10, 10 leg parlay, a $10 bet on an 11 leg parlay. We had a $30 bet on a 5 leg parlay. So that's 50 right there. Then we had a $50 bet, a $100 bet, and that was it. So we bet, like I said, $200 going into the card. And then we started, as we win, as we get a little bit of momentum, we start to do hedge moves. We start to just do some double downs, some things like that.
This is going to sound super dumb, but if you made the right choices on who was correct on which picks and went with all of our double P certified picks besides Damone Blackshear, never mind. Because Damone Blackshear was the skunk at the garden party. I thought we gave a correct prediction for every single fight, but Damone Blackshear was the only one
we did.
You give a correct.
Like, if you agreed with, if you went with all of our double P certified picks, and then you discerned who was the correct one when we were arguing about a pick, then yeah. But isn't that always the case? But we aren't always all right.
Exactly.
So
and in this case in particular, we were not either with Damone Blackshear. So,
but we were damn close, and that would have been a position where you could have hedged out on Grant at any point. So let me share my screen real quick. Okay, so this is the open bets sheet. You guys go to patreon.com/perfectparlaypursuit. You pay fucking nothing on top of nothing. Like, money doesn't even exist. Our government doesn't even back our money with gold. So it's honestly like crazy that people are like out here like, I'm not going to give you guys $100 to have access to this type of thing for a year when you just showed me how. So you give me $100 for the year, and then you bet the same $200 I bet last weekend. Now you have 5,000. So I mean, that just is what happened last weekend ish, right? So Not entertainment advice, financial purposes only. But let's just move forward. Is that your smoke alarm?
No, I got a nose whistle. I got a nose whistle.
Okay. So did he punch you in the nose? What happened with the nose?
I'm dealing with a little congestion here and a little bit of a.
I literally thought you're fucking smoke. I was gonna be like, you change that smoke detector right now. It's gonna throw me off the whole time. Okay, but you guys can see this, right? So I am the most diligent with my open bet sheet. So if you look here, I put my losses down below, in Sheol, and then above the firmament in the heavens, I have the wins, right? I keep the wins, or I keep the open bets, the bets that I even have a little column over here that says pre-event total. So this is what I started the event with. And then current bankroll is my pre-event total minuses the wagers out. The wagers out at this point is 0, but I would even have let you know what the wagers out were, right? So let me just I feel like I'm talking to myself when I'm looking at another tab and I can't see Alex. But anyway, just chime in a little bit here and there, Alex, to let me know you're still listening.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
It makes sense. And,
Yep.
and ask questions if you have any questions that you think the audience might have, like, oh, what does that mean? Like, ask it away. But so, you have the fights here, the wagers out, you have the wins, the losses, the current bankroll. So this is all updated now. So I won 5K. I lost 800. But here's the thing. The 800 that I lost, a lot of that was down here. What's going on here? Hold on. Okay. A lot of that's down here with like these hedges, right? So I hedged on Sage Nurmagomedov, $42 to win 94 back. I hedged a little bit there. I hedged big on Krylov. And it's not that I thought Krylov was going to win. I didn't think he had a chance in fucking hell. But the only thing that I was thinking about was a math problem. It had nothing to do with who I thought was going to win at that point. Because once you are down to the last leg of a parlay, you must decide to not lose. To at the very least not lose money, right? So I looked at it. I was looking at this one, $100 bet to pay $34.91. Gwen, Elkanah, Ricci, and Bogdan. And if Guskov won, I would have still had another $13.94 at play with this one if RDR won. So knowing that, I go, okay, I'm cool with 3,000. I'm gonna win $34.91. So let's bet the hanging Chad. Let's bet the excess. Everything after 3,000, we're gonna bet that so that we're gonna win 3,000 if Bogdan wins, but if Krylov wins, we're gonna win 781.24 back on top. Betting the 500 or whatever. So we did that. No problems there. Like an unemotional hedge, an unemotional decision. Didn't matter at all to me. So boom, happy to have the $34.91. I also, you'll see I placed a $200 bet on Nguyen by finish to win 192. So let's talk about that. Let's actually back up a little bit. So you guys saw how my night went. Let's back up a couple of beats and I'm trying to remove this guy. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about the fights as they happened, right? So first we have Boudet versus Buchecha. Alex, we came on here. We said jiu-jitsu's bullshit. Oh my gosh, the MMA holes are here. The MMA holes. Is that the real MMA holes?
Very well could be.
It's been my opinion that the MMA holes next to MMA Guru are kind of like, in a different way, the red bar of the MMA space. Only really because you got a guy and his wife doing it. That's kind of it's really like the only and they have a professional setup, a much more professional setup, and they do long streams. The content itself, not very Red Barian. For the person who has the Red Barian content, that's the MMA Guru. But the MMA holes, as far as the brass tacks of it all, a Red Bar-esque operation.
Fair enough.
So, welcome to the show, everybody. Sweet Pea Grable, always here. Glad to see you call the Salikov by knockout plus 800. Very bold. The Ritter money line, love it. Jan by decision, always was going to be the case. Telling everyone to fade Blackshear before he disappoints, yes, for sure. Alex, we told everybody, we said jiu-jitsu, and this is coming from, I trained Brazilian jiu-jitsu at Marcelo Garcia Academy. Before that, I trained at an even better school called Southside Jiu-Jitsu with head instructor Miles Moffitt. train in the gi, train in the no gi. But I'm going to tell you right now, jiu-jitsu, just buy a gun. Don't waste time with jiu-jitsu. Buy a gun. There's no point in learning jiu-jitsu unless you want to. The only reason you want to do jiu-jitsu is if you have a bunch of friends that you want to kind of be able to toss around if you have to. You know what I mean? In a friendly way, you know? Like if you're drinking with your friends watching football, they start talking shit. You want to be able to get on that couch, get them in a headlock, and like make them look silly. Like you want to be able to do that to your best friends. But if you're out here like, yeah, I'm going to use jiu-jitsu in a street situation, that's childish Batman type thinking. That's silly. Buy a gun, or better yet, stay home and don't ever get into a street situation because they're never on the streets to begin with, right? So fight your enemy where they are not. Meaning, don't even be in the same room as your enemy. Fight them where they aren't. So, Buchecha comes in. He's it was always going to play out this way. And it was a perfect opponent because everybody hates stinky old Budai who's consistently underperformed and underimpressed. And they're like, of course, like Buchecha, everyone loves him, and all these little nerds with their little, oh yeah, I love Buchecha. Like, it's just like.
I thought you were going to do like a Mikey Musumeci type bit.
Greatest jiu-jitsu you never heard of him? He's the greatest jiu-jitsu practitioner of all time. Yeah, we don't fucking care, dude. And it's like, by the way, I thought Roger Gracie was. Oh, by the way, I thought Marcelo Garcia was. Oh, by the way, I thought, like, you could go on and on and on and on and on. It's like, I thought Gordon Ryan was. Guess what? All of these guys, it's not the same when you get into the UFC, because in the UFC, you got stand-ups, you start on the feet. A lot of these guys can't take anybody down to begin with.
Butt scooters.
Yeah, so it's unrealistic. It's like saying, I'm good at pickleball, I'm going to go play tennis.
Precisely.
It's actually saying, I'm good at pickleball, I'm going to go play golf. It's more like that. It's really what it is. They're both weirdo sports. Yeah, we get it. Okay. So what else is there to say from me? Here's what I'm happy about. So I posted on Instagram, I said, I took a picture of the screen and I go, hey, look, Jason Herzog, it's you being incompetent. Herzog, it's not just me saying it. Let's just be clear. It's not just Luke saying it. We're all a little fed up with his inconsistency. He'll stop Jared Cannonier versus what's his name while they're both still standing up, and he'll let guys take a beating of a lifetime in there without stopping the fight. He will smack hands away from grabbing the fence. He'll let a guy hit him in the back of the head and say, ears, 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 without taking a point. He'll take a point at a really weird time here and there, like first, like without any warning. He's been known to have taken a point without any warning, and he's been known to give.
Wait a minute, the MMA holes is Jesse on fire?
No,
is it Jesse on fire?
It is not Jesse on fire.
Are you sure?
Well, only because Jesse on fire, you're saying a name that's not the MMA holes, and this is another name. So I can almost guarantee you that those two things are two different things. You know what I mean? If your follow-up question is Jesse on fire the host of the MMA, I can confirm for you that is not the case.
Is he the guy who does the War Report with Brendan Schaub?
You know what? The MMA holes, you know what I love the MMA holes for? When Jake Paul is fighting somebody, and I can't buy it. I can't buy it. But I'm not going to legally stream it because I'm not a criminal. But I want to be bereft of the situation. I want to know what's going on. And I'm half asleep on the couch. So I'll just, on my phone, throw the MMA holes on and listen to them kind of take us through the beats of what's happening live in the fight. A recreation of sorts. So that's a really useful, when they're watching a fight that I don't have access to. That's key, major key. I like that. We should do that. We should watch fights people don't have access to and do kind of a play-by-play. We'll catch some stragglers like I've been caught by the MMA holes. What I can't really get past, and what makes them very not Red Barian, the super chats and the constant bells going off and confetti getting shot out and money being taken in and money being paid, and it's like that's what I can't. And it's a generational divide. I personally just can't watch people say thank you for the donation, thank you for the donation.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Luke. What about, you just said you like the MMA guru. He does the same at Hypocrite. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. All right. So What are we gonna do? Are you texting? Like, what do you?
No, I'm researching right now.
Dan's not here. And by the way, fuck Dan. So we got to get back to Gwen. So Stephen Wynn,
why fuck Dan?
Oh, I don't know. But listen, Nifty Steve from South Korea knocks this guy down, Muhammad Yahya, who I've always said is the worst fighter in this division, worst fighter in the UFC. He knocks this guy down 6 times, which by the way, it was more than 6. It was like 8. I had a count of like 8 when I watched the fight. He knocks him down 6 times, ends up being a record. Nobody's ever been knocked down that many times. And you go, wow, Steve is a good fighter to be able to do that. You go, it has nothing to do with it. Other fighters could have knocked guys down 15 times. You know what the factor is in all this? The ref who allows the fight to continue when a guy's been dropped that many times. The reason other fighters haven't done it 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all these times is because the fucking ref has jumped in and stopped it.
Yeah.
So it's disgraceful.
Did he even have a doctor look at the eye?
They did have a doctor look. That's the thing. Herzog didn't even stop it. The doctor did.
Oh.
Like, he allowed him to be knocked down more times than he's ever been knocked down. He allowed the eye to look like that for a half a round. He didn't say, time, hold on, we got to get a doctor in here.
In his defense, sometimes you gotta.
Back to his corner, he says, "I can't see." I'm reading his lips. He's talking to his corner. Anybody who doesn't see this, go back and watch it again. Muhammad Yahya said to his corner, "I can't see, man." And I'm sick of people saying they can't see when they can still see out of one eye. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like,
eyes are sympathetic, Luke.
No, dude. If you can't see out of one eye, you can still see out of the other eye. Don't say I can't see. Say I can't see out of this eye. And by the way, you don't even need to tell us, Muhammad Yahya. We know. Hey, no one was wondering that.
We can't see your eye. So how the hell could you possibly see?
You can't see me. That's all I know. So, all right. But yeah, I mean, Herzog, piece of shit, garbage.
Herzog let him be a UAE warrior, and I love that Mario Yamasaki's memory still lives on.
If Herzog always did that, you're my favorite ref. But the fact that he does that and then he'll stop a fight where 2 guys are standing up, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
The fact that, like, I just want consistent, and that's why I love Dan Miragliotta, because Dan Miragliotta will consistently let guys half die in there.
Yeah.
Dan Miragliotta consistently, if he stops the fight, it's him going, all right. Like, it's like, I had to stop that when Dan Miragliotta, and the guy's like, yeah. When
Dan Miragliotta, the gold
other guys are too panicky. They're like, Herzog.
Well, I mean, when you're putting Jason Herzog in there with fucking Derek Lewis and Teixeira the other week, like, what type of sick joke was that? This is like a Wolf on Wall Street type of party that they're throwing with Jason Herzog in the land of giants, with a guy who's 7 foot tall and Derek Lewis who cuts to make 265. You can't get in between those 2 guys as Jason Herzog. You'll be dead. You'll suffocate to death.
And another thing, by the way, if Herzog wasn't on the Rogan podcast, it'd be a whole other thing. But when these refs get famous and they get the little burst of attention from being on Joe Rogan's podcast, they start to get weird. Herb Dean, Herzog, it goes on and on and on.
The Navy guy or the Air Force guy.
Oh, that he might be the worst one. Mark Smith, who looks like Rick and Morty's teacher without the mustache. Fucking Herzog and Herb Dean. They all have been on the Rogan podcast, and their performances have gotten not just bad, but weird and inconsistent.
Terrible. Maybe there's one true test, and we could throw Teone's Shrek-looking ass on Joe Rogan. The Battle of the Boulders.
It's funny that we're talking about bad refs, and I don't even have a breath to get to talk Yoni, who, in my opinion, is my my family would think I'm crazy, because every time a ref comes on the screen, I go, "This is the shit. I hate this guy," and they're like, "God damn!" I'm like, "He's the worst ref in the history of the sport." And then another fight comes on, I go, "Oh, this guy, fuck him, man. I hate this guy." But it really is it's hard to even find who the good ones are. In my opinion, the good ones are Mike Beltran, Mustache Mike, where he tucks it into his, you know, they make him tuck it in now. But the guy with the mustache, he's Mike Beltran, right?
Yeah.
Number 1, Dan Miragliotta. 3, 2 between Miragliotta and Beltran.
Who's the dude who got arrested? Who used to be a great ref?
Yeah. I know who you're talking about for the weed charge, I believe. Fuck, why can't I think of his name? I'm thinking of all these other refs now. I'm trying to. No, but there is another good understated ref. Like a guy, and you know, this is the thing. The best refs are not
Trigg.
Who? Frank Trigg.
Frank Trigg.
But there are refs that I'm not even thinking of. Chris Lieben, another great ref. But there are refs I'm not even thinking of that.
He's a judge.
I think he's ref too, though. But what I'm trying to say is that the ones I don't think of are the best ones because that's what a ref is supposed to be in any game, unnoticed. The thing should play out, and you should almost not even know they're there because they should just be there to call the balls and strikes, or in this case, the kicks to the groin, the fence grabs, the eye pokes, the severe mishaps, cuts, eyes, shit like that. Like,
call everything or call nothing. I'm so sick of seeing a ref smacking a guy's fingers out of the cage. It is the lamest thing to see in the world. Just like, get out of there. What do you think you're doing?
Have Keith Peterson just looking right at it, doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like he will just be right there, and he will be like, "Not what I'm worried about right now. Not a factor."
Nifty Keith Peterson. Put some respect on it.
If we can't put our fingers in the cage, then don't put a cage there. Because it's a fucking instinct to do that. Like, anybody who says like it's instinctual, and if you have to think to not do it, that's taking you out of the fight. So make it plexiglass or let us grab it. And I guarantee you get guys grabbing the cage, some of these wrestlers, they'll learn a wrist lock or some kind of finger cruncher smasher thing where they're grabbing the cage, you break all their fingers, now their fingers are broken and mangled. They'll stop grabbing the cage.
Anybody who grew up with a pool or near a pool knows the human instinct to grab anything around you when somebody's about to toss you in.
So there's a lot of great fights that have. I mean, Tabitha Ricci, that elbow right to the fucking eyeball. To me, all the underdogs that I picked were so obvious to me. You got Jiu-Jitsu sucks. We go with Boudet. Cool. Billy Alicante fought really great in his last fight. The guy that he's been fighting, Ibo Aslan, is going to overperform. Easy situation. Like, Ricci. Fucking Amanda Ribas sucks, guys. Like, Ricci won that fight from the first second. She pushed her into the cage, and Amanda Ribas goes, "Oh no, what do I do here?" Like, has no fucking idea how to get off the cage. Like, you don't know how to get underhooks, pivot, and separate. And plus, aren't you a grappler? Like, Amanda Ribas is out here now trying to be Wonder Boy Thompson with like the worst striking. She's like, she thinks she's Wonder Boy Thompson, is actually Frankie Edgar meets like hands on the waist Johnny. Like, I don't even know who else to compare it to, but like, she's out here like, I'm Amanda Ribas. Like,
that kind of looks like, and rest in peace to one of our old listeners, Michael Lehrer. That kind of looked like Michael Lehrer, what you were doing there.
If everything's a feint, nothing's a feint. If everybody's special, nobody is. If everything is this the whole time, how do you know what they're flinching at? Like, these guys, like, it's not like their opponents are going, oh shit, are they gonna hit me? No, their opponents are like, yeah, they're just spazzing out. Frankie Edgar's opponents, Amanda Ribas' opponents, all these feint merchants, dude. I'm sick of feint merchants. I'm sick of feint jockeys. I'm sick of feint peddlers and feintaholics and I hate it. Like, Frankie Edgar, it was not successful. Corey Sandhagen, Marlon Vera, they didn't care. They just kicked you, kneed you, fucked you up. 6 ways till Sunday. The only person it worked on was BJ Penn. Why? Because George St. Pierre laid it out for you. BJ Penn has a very high reaction time, the highest in the entire history of the sport. He was overloading his central nervous system by having to react to those feints. This was also before Frankie had all the game tape that he does out there on him now. So, yeah, he was able to beat my hero, BJ Penn. But nobody else.
That's nowhere near the battle that he's going through now, where his entire not only are his internals getting overloaded, but his externals are too. They clone in Tyrone. We have no idea what's going on out there. now, Dana White, please help BJ Penn. I would love nothing more than if Dana White and Lorenzo Fertitta helped BJ Penn out, help a brother out.
They got to help him out. I really think
they've got him living in a shack.
with that garage light. You know what I mean? Like that outside the garage light thing. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, they got a motion sensor light on him. That would be the thing because every time he opens that door, that light's coming on. It's like, oh man.
I don't think he knows what that is though. I think he's like, oh, Lorraine up to her tricks again, shining the light on me from the fucking window. Every time I walk outside, you're going to pay for this.
I mean, it's so scary to think, like, could you imagine all right, on my phone, Game of Thrones clips have been coming up a lot, which, by the way, I watched Game of Thrones when I was in college, right? Like, you just finished Game of Thrones, 2 months ago. So we should be talking about Game of Thrones more because I've forgotten how good and fun it was to watch Game of Thrones. Because now when I'm chilling on my phone, I get YouTube clips that are it's like remember the Battle of the Bastards.
A second go around, everything makes so much more sense. You realize little subtleties that you never realized in the first place. Very great rewatch. I highly recommend. And you'll end up having a better respect for the last season than you did when you first watched it. And 100%. That is my take. I think that the last season's pretty good. After rewatching it again, forgetting about all of Game of Thrones, completely backed it out of my mind, rewatched it. I have such a high respect for Game of Thrones. I'm watching House of Dragon as well. Finished that, waiting for the next season of House of Dragon. Great show as well.
Yeah, so in Game of Thrones, where was I going with this?
You brought up Game of Thrones. You said I watched it.
Yeah, but where was I going with it? Clips of the show I watched.
BJ Penn to Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah. BJ Penn. If you were living life thinking not only is the woman you're looking at not your mom and the other people in your life have also, it's so scary to imagine that fear one, where the fuck's my family? Did you kill them? Are they dead? Are they in a jail cell? Do I have to go rescue them? That's a whole adventure in and of itself. Fear two, who are these people? Fear three, how do I, what do I do?
And everybody else thinks that they are my family, and they're not.
Right. And it's almost like BJ, the real golden medicine for you here is, oh my God, how great would it be if I was just crazy? Come to that, imagine this, right? Imagine if your mom really was kidnapped and is in a cell somewhere and the CIA has her and they got this new woman. And then if you could make all that go away yourself by just going wait, I'm just fucking nuts. And that is my mom. It would all instead of you having to infiltrate the CIA and rescue your mom and then slay all these people in your house and get your house back. That would be so much harder than just going, if I just actually accept that I have traumatic brain injury, this all goes away. And I maybe actually can still live here.
And I get spun to death.
But he's taking the road less traveled. And you know what, folks? So did I this weekend. And I got to say, it worked out for me, okay? 7 underdogs, 4 underdogs in my parlay, 4 out of, a 5-leg parlay with 4 fucking underdogs. Yeah, sorry. That's how
I don't necessarily think this is the road less traveled. If you look at a lot of these guys, they're kind of getting their brains bashed in over here. It's crazy how the long-term effects of training and getting punched in the face every day and then getting punched in the face in a cage. And
that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't train to fight. You should practice the motions of fighting and be a fighter. But you do not need to spar to enter a cage 3 times a year. And all these guys go, it's it's not the fights that you do for the money, that it's the preparing for those. It's we wouldn't know the difference.
If neither of you prepared, John Jones, notorious non-preparer.
And I don't even care. I will watch people fight on what's it called? This account I follow on Instagram. I'll watch people fight in a Waffle House. I don't care how good they are. I care about the storyline and how I can make money off of it, etc. But and obviously I do want to see good fighting for sure, but I will. Trust me, I will. What I'm more like Stream Crack TV, crack with a K. Stream Crack TV. So this is, caught on camera. A woman tries to steal her kids' school clothes from the Burlington Coat Factory. They try to stop her. She pulls a gun. They fight. This is all day on my timeline. And my point is, I'll watch it. So it's like, you guys are out here like, we need to be the best fighters ever. It's like, you don't. Take care of yourself. Because I'll watch anyway. I promise you. You cannot be,
I actually prefer when they weren't the greatest fighters in the world, and it was just like Tank Abbott and Chuck Liddell and guys who were just beating the piss out of guys who had no business being in there. Okay. I do agree.
I just wanted to, completely non sequitur. I just wanted to throw that in there. He said that like 10 minutes ago. So
only in ladies' fights is it not illegal, and it's encouraged.
So what do you think, Alex? I mean, look, at the end of the day, Tabitha Ricci, elbows are in the eyeball, amazing. My night was easy. And Gwen made it easy. Elkanah, whatever, like that was the only one that was kind of like, But at that point, it's so early in the night, I'm like, who even knows? Then you got Ricci, you got Guzkov, both finished first round, or I think first, so it's like, my night was pretty easy. The picks were sound. We made money. We had fun. We hedged appropriately. We gambled responsibly. Won $5,000, about $4,100 when all was said and done. I'm going to use the bathroom, but take everybody through your disaster of a main event. Rob Whittaker, I've been telling you for years, the guy stinks, and you've been backing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination upset with the decision. I thought Renier de Ritter won that, but there is an argument that Robert Whittaker won. He definitely landed a lot of damage in there. Got a couple of knockdowns during the fight. Rob Whittaker still not done, but Shab was saying it earlier today, and anything Shab says, Shab is my North Star. So you gotta think about that, B. And when you really look at what he says, it is true. You tried to rebuild Robert Whittaker a couple times. Now we're just in the era of like, we're gonna build a name off Robert Whittaker, and you don't want to keep paying a guy this hefty price tag to not be at the top of the marquee, coming, stacking a whole arena. But yeah, I'm not going to complain about the decision. I think that Renier de Ritter won. I think there is an argument for Rob Whittaker. I had Rob Whittaker, but Renier de Ritter, not ready for the upper level, not ready for the top guys. I don't think that he would I feel like him versus DDP would be the wonkiest fight of all time, or it would be the most strategic fight of all time in both of their careers, because they both have such a weird style that I just think it would be like a Picasso painting. It would have so much going on in a Renier de Ritter versus DDP.
I would love to see that fight. I mean, it would just be like, yeah, I mean, who knows what it really is hard to even define. Like it's easy to say, it would be like a bathroom fight, a barroom brawl, but no, it really actually could just be. I mean, it's a great polymerization.
It would be like if you equate a fight to music, it would be like jazz, going crazy on the swing. It's just got whatever's going on is going on in that fight. It would be nutty. I'm excited.
Middleweight has never been more interesting. You have so many great characters in middleweight. I mean, from Hamzat to DDP to Strickland to Renier de Ritter, and then you got like the underclass of it that are just as fucking like crazy with like Bo Nickel and at this point, who else is in middleweight?
Izzy Adesanya, Paulo Costa, Sean Strickland.
Paulo, I said Sean, yeah, but Paulo, Izzy. I mean, it's a really crazy time.
The old guard, Robert Whittaker, all those guys. Those guys are now the old guard. We've got a bunch of new blood in the top 5. It's kind of crazy with Renier de Ritter and how quick he's been able to. He's like 4-0 in 6 months or 8 months or something like that.
And I'll be real. 170 is the same. You got Jack Della. Jack Della is kind of like your DDP, and then you got Islam, who's kind of like your Hamzat, and then you got Ian Gary, who's kind of like your Izzy, and And then you got Shavkat Rakhmonov, who's like your Renier de Ritter, or like your even more so kind of like your Hamzat, or he's like this undefeated guy. And so yeah,
a lot of Hamzats at welterweight though. A lot of Hamzats.
A lot of Hamzats. We got to make welterweight great again. Where's Kamaru Usman? Oh wait, he's Nigerian. He doesn't want to represent the United States.
Little mouth on him. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing.
Kamaru, we'd love to see you with the United States flag at the White House. Can you make it happen? Kamaru, are you there? Kamaru. Well, we'd have you at the White House. We need to get that Nigerian flag out of there. We need to get a United States flag wrapped around you to go to the White House, Kamaru. We got a title shot against Dricus du Plessis. We're moving you up to 185. You did so well against Khamzat on short notice. We think you can take DDP down. You need to do it for the United States. No, Jordan Burroughs left. He went to Jamaica. This is like the only problem with this Trump impression is it's not that good of a Trump impression, but the content is there. You know what I mean? Like the content of like what he would say is there.
Absolutely.
But the problem with the content is no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. No one knows who Jordan Burroughs is. No one knows who DDP is. No one knows.
No one even knows where Jamaica is.
No one knows who you are.
Any of size.
Peter Yan, as I said, would probably drop one round just by downloading data. He's a weird guy. I don't love him in 3-round fights against somebody a little higher caliber than Marcus McGee, just because he's gonna sit there. He's gonna give up that first round every time. And if somebody even makes it close in the second round, they're smooth sailing their way to a decision.
Guys, we're 41 minutes in. We haven't given a single pick, and there's so much I still have to tell you guys. But there's only one person watching, 2 people in the chat, 3 people total peeking out. So like, you guys are gonna watch this, and what I need is a little bit of curiosity in the comments. Like, what was Luke talking about 42 minutes in? Because like, there's so much going on here. I have this little black bag. I haven't even taken what's in the black bag out. Like, there's stuff I have planned for the show. Like, you guys aren't giving me enough. There's not enough. And I get it. This card was Who Caresville before the main event got completely switched to a deeper level of Who Caresville. So it was Tatsuya Taira taking on Amir Albazi. Cool. 16-1 Tatsuya Taira. What is Amir? Amir was like fucking 17-2 Amir Albazi. So it's like, it's a great fight because they both just dropped one to like the upper level of the division. Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval. They both just lost to somebody they needed bounce back win. Someone's gonna win. Someone's gonna make it interesting. Let's go. Like, I'm actually pretty excited about that. And Albazi was like a plus 200 underdog for whatever fucking reason. I'm looking at it. I'm going, well, okay. Albazi lost to fucking Brandon Moreno, who's actually good, whereas Taira lost to fucking Brandon Royval, who jury's out. Is he actually good? So. And I love Brandon Royval. That was mean. That was very mean and rude. And I think Brandon Royval's a hero. And his last fight was fight of the year, and he broke a fucking record. And he is the Nick and Nate Diaz of his division and of his whole shit. But my point is he unbeatable? No, is he unbeatable for a guy who actually specializes on the ground, an area Brandon doesn't typically tend to want to fight? No, right? Like Taira, you should have got him down. You should have George St. Pierre'd him. You should have fucking showed a masterclass on the ground. You didn't. This guy lost a striking match to Brandon Moreno. Okay. Brandon Moreno is pretty fucking good. You know what I mean? So that was an interesting fight. This fight now, Hung Sung Park 10-0, Tatsuya Taira 16-1. Yeah, I would love to see this fight down the line. Like, you got a Japanese guy versus a South Korean guy. This could, like, even though, like, we could have seen this fight before they got to the UFC. We could have seen this fight before they got to the UFC. We need to let them fight opponents they wouldn't have otherwise gotten on their regional kind of road to UFC circuit, right? Or wrong? I don't know. It's a great fight. They're both relatively unblemished. One loss between the two of them to, a title challenger in Brandon Royval. Hung Sung Park, peace of mind. I love this guy. Mix it up a little bit would be my ask. Mix it up a little bit would be my ask. But I picked him in every one of his fights. Shannon Ross, Carlos Hernandez, and Sung Gok Choi. I picked him in every single one of his 3 UFC fights. I'm going to be picking him here to beat up Tatsuya Taira. That's where I'm at with it. I just think I love Tatsuya Taira. man shall not lie with man, but I would lie with Tetsuya Taira. I think he's got some of the best lips in the UFC.
Wait, was this hot off the presses? Did this just happen that Amir Albazi?
It's hot off some motherfucking presses. Before I even – no, I mean, I've known for 45 minutes, but I just found out before starting the show when I pulled up Tapology to do the show. That was the first time I noticed it. I don't know when it actually was announced.
Oh, my gosh. I mean,
put it this way. The Tapology picture is still Albazi. That's how I knew it wasn't crazy. I was like, wait a minute. Was I wrong? And even Google, when I Googled it, I typed in on UFC Vegas.
His card has a name, and its name is Taira versus Albazi, and it doesn't matter who's fighting.
It says Google's AI, right? So this isn't even just regular Google search. This is Google AI. It says Tetsuya Taira will headline August 2nd against Amir Albazi. This will be UFC Vegas 108. That's what it said. And it's no. But now it says he'll be headlining. And so in the last 45 minutes, this has been updated. Tetsuya Taira will be headlining UFC Vegas 108 against Hong Sung Park after Amir Albazi withdrew from the fight. The event takes place in Vegas. Taira is looking to bounce back after a split decision loss against Brendan Royval. And it says here, MMA Junkie, May 29th. Tetsuya Taira was shocked and depressed after first career loss. I don't like that. The element of surprise, most powerful element in the art of war, and after he was defeated by split decision, he found himself shocked and depressed after his first loss. I don't like that. I don't think my guy's shocked, depressed. I'd rather, I just watched the clip of Nick Diaz. He goes, I don't know if this MMA thing is for me. Chased him around the octagon. He hit me with little baby leg kicks. I walked him down the whole time. I don't know if that wins you a fight. Maybe this isn't my sport. I don't like this. I'm not going to fight that way. That was hilarious. You know what I mean? That's Chael Sonnen. He's like, yeah, I mean, I don't agree with that. I know, I don't know how you can hold a man down for 5 rounds. He puts his legs around your neck for 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden he's the winner. Doesn't make sense to me. That is funny, right? But to be like, oh my God, I was so shocked, I'm so depressed. It's like, do you think that's what I want to hear?
That's why the Diaz brothers are the greatest tandem in the.
You know who should be shocked and depressed? And
they won every fight.
I apologize, Alex. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you know who should be shocked and depressed, and who is currently lying to us because he was shocked and depressed and is still shocked and depressed? You know who that is? His name's Bo Nickel. Okay, and I'm hardest on the people I love. As a wrestler, as a Mid-Atlantic region guy, as a guy who
I think he's from Texas.
I have who, Bo?
Yeah.
Well, Penn State.
Fair.
But it's Kale said, I mean. Yeah, it's I want to love Bo, but it's be honest, because you are not the type of guy who would be handling this well. If that guy, okay, so Bo, Tetsuya Taira was shocked and depressed. You just start business as usual on Arrow Hawani, stifling back to years, everything's fine. It's we all see through it. Be honest, freak out, crash out. It'd be funnier. It'd be funnier if he was I'm so fucking pissed. If he was, I want to see him smashing stuff. You know what I mean? That's funnier, and that also makes me care more. And I'm fuck yeah.
Some of these guys just don't have Mamba mentality, Luke. They forgot all
pro wrestling mentality. Think about what would any pro wrestler be doing backstage if they got beat? They'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get that Macho Man. I'm gonna kill him." They'd be throwing stuff around. They'd be their woman would be
I think that only happens when you fight Cody Brundage, who just had the fight that you bet on him to get a no contest in overturned to a no contest draw, or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. It's also crazy. I love it. Keep it going. For the love of God, keep it going. We need It only gets funnier from here, guys, and it's exponentially funnier. The more it happens, the funnier it is. We need to.
The fact that it was retroactively overturned gave me so much joy and satisfaction. I was so happy. I was like, he got him again. Cody with another bank robbery.
We need, for the love of God, it's like a signature move. We almost need Cody to tease it. For example, the guy hits him in the back of the head with an elbow, right? And Cody kind of goes looks up at the crowd like, uh-oh. Like, the ref gets involved. He's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like,
Cody Brundage is the only man in MMA who is allowed to call his own fouls. He is the only man.
You don't need to sell anything to like talk to a doctor and the ref. You don't need to be like, oh yeah, it really hurt. You could be like, I believe I will be using my my trap card here. You all clearly saw it was an illegal move. He hits me in the back of my head, and I will be choosing to not continue. Make your decisions, referee. It doesn't need to be like a, oh man, like you could just be like, he hit me in the back of the head, and I'm not fighting. He's a dirty, rotten cheater, and I'm a rule follower, and I'm the law man, Cody Brundage.
Cody Brundage is sitting here thinking in his head about the antitrust lawsuit. He's like, oh my gosh, they're giving out this much for time served. All I got to do is go out there and if it's a win on paper, they cannot fire me. They cannot fire me off of a disqualification win. Are you kidding me? How could they fire me? That's crazy. It's unfortunate.
I think they cut Mike who's the guy? Mike Johnson? Mike Jackson? Mike Jackson. Let me see. Hold on. Mike Jackson. This year, Mike the Truth Jackson. That's right, because he's a journalist and he always brings the truth. Okay, so no, he did get actually another fight after, when he had that eye gouge by Dean Barry. He won round 1, eye gouge Dean Barry. Dean Barry, you silly son of a bitch. Oh, jeez. You can't even go back to Ireland after that one, Dean Barry. And I don't, hey, by hook or by crook, like, you fucking lost to Mike Jackson. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I still got to eat shit for when I was in first grade wrestling, like, I have to still feel bad about matches I lost. You have to feel bad about that. It doesn't matter, or like you miss weight, or something like that. Like anything happens, like you like look back like, man, I'm such an idiot. How did I let that happen? It's like, dude, you lost to Mike the Truth Jackson in the octagon. He was the biggest underdog of all time. He beat you. He got his hand raised. You didn't. That's all that matters. Like, don't even give me anything else. Like, how did you let that? How did you slip on a banana peel that bad? It's not even about him. It's like you, dude. It'd be like saying like, dude, you literally slipped on that banana peel. Like, how dumb are you? And you're like, oh, fuck, I know. It's like,
well, luckily for Cody, when it happens to him, he usually does also like take a significant amount of damage as well. So I feel like he's more of like this poor Cody guy. Poor Cody guys. Like, he cannot catch a break.
That's what I'm saying. So RDR fucked Rob Whittaker up. Whittaker said he was butthurt about it, which is even funnier. He was like, I'm a little butthurt. I'm butthurt about the decision. It's like, you definitely lost the last 2 rounds and round 2. So it's like, that's 3 rounds to 2. You lost the fight. And you didn't even show good body language the whole time. And you didn't do anything except that one time where you dropped them. And he was feeding him that knee, that step-in knee, boom. And it's so just like, it was like dancing. It's like boom, like the way he does it. It's like mambo, boom. Like he doesn't even like throw it. He just sort of just like he just connects. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. Like, and I bet I would be good at that technique. But anyway, so
practice it against your dresser if it's not too tall.
Which is like it was really well timed stuff from Renier to Ritter. And Rob Whittaker looked tired in there. It's like, dude, I don't have any. It's like, you got to be able to control your cardio. But I think Rob does. I think what happened is RDR is big, tall guy, big guy, heavy guy.
He called his size heavyweight and won.
That's what I'm saying. I think he can be a champion for sure. I know he can be a champion, and I think he will be. So here's what I don't know if anybody can not hedge out. I did not hedge out. I watched the fight. I was like, oh, sweet. I just want another $1,300.
I don't think there's a man alive who can beat DDP.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I really do not believe. I've been proven wrong.
Rob was watching Hamzat train, and DC and Chael were talking about Hamzat training, and they said, hey, they were like, Hamzat is out here
with Sam Calvita.
with St. Calvita.
So
And he's in really good fucking shape. Like
he's on all the juice, all the juices, all the secret juices.
So maybe not, but the reality is he's the reality is that his problem might have been cardio, and if he's really in good cardio shape, I mean, like I think he can take. Like, look, I'm out here. I'm so torn because part of me wants to be like, yeah, DDP is just more of a fucking champion mindset man than little. My new thinking about Dagestan guys, all these like kind of like Russian wrestler type guys, my new thinking is like they're trust fund guys. Like the only difference is money isn't their currency. Like they love wrestling, and all their lives since they're 5 years old, they like constantly get to be like fed through this wrestling pipeline and like hanging out with the boys, wrestling all the time. It's like that's all they really get to do all the time, and they pull out a lot. And when they pull out because there's just like a routine, and when shit comes up, when the wheels fall off the routine, like they're like, we can't do this. It's like Hamza pulling out with COVID a million times, fucking all of Khabib's team constantly pulling out, and then getting beat by Bryce Mitchell. It's like it's the cracks are starting to show. Like Bryce Mitchell never wrestled for any college.
Send 2-3 years Arkansas, brother.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Hard work, determination, and American grit will persevere. And I want to believe that DDP has a lot of that in him. That hard work, that tenacity, and I think he's harder than Hamza. And it's like, what, Hamza's going to choke him out? Dominate him for 5 rounds? But could Hamza dominate him for 3 rounds?
No. DDP is so large. He is such a large man. I've never seen Hamza.
Wait, let's not even talk about this fight yet because
what are we doing?
We got an 11 fight card to break down. All right. I think this one's better if we go top to bottom. So let's go Tatsuya Taira, Hung Sung Park. I already made my pick. I'm taking Hung Sung Park.
All right, I'm going to go with Tatsuya Taira, proven product, took Raw Dog Royval, who's a tough customer. He's pretty much the guy you beat to get a title shot nowadays. Tatsuya Taira took him to a split decision loss. Some say he won that fight. I did not think so. I thought the Raw Dog prevailed. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I should rewatch that back. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking I probably had Tatsuya Taira and was probably upset with the decision. But yeah, I if memory serves me correct, I think Raw Dog rightfully so won that fight. Give me Tatsuya Taira. Just far more proven product, younger. He can get depressed because he can bounce right back.
Guys, if you're watching, like the video.
Caralho.
Like the video right now. Alex, wrong here. Tatsuya Taira, his loss to Brandon Royval, not as good of a loss in hindsight. I think Brandon Royval has holes in his game. Hung Sung Park, peace of mind, going to fuck this guy up. Bad. Okay.
Carlos Hernandez sucks. Shannon Ross looks like Big Mike, also sucks.
Next, moving on, Mateus Rebecki versus he's called himself Mateus Rabisti Rebecki.
Okay. I feel like a little shout out to Fuzzy Bear. That sounds like it warrants that walkout,
I feel like a national Larry Ballsy Bear.
Chris the Problem Duncan. I bet on him last time against Jordan Volcheny as an underdog. He came through. They're still not respecting him. Plus 175 underdog for the Scotsman. Minus 210 for the Polish. Mateus Rebecki. I'm Polish.
The man of Polish descent.
175. I like Duncan here. What reason has Duncan given any of us to? He lost to Manuel Torres by submission. Quick. That was quick. And I bet on Manuel Torres there. He stormed him, caught him, overwhelmed him. He's American top team. This guy went life and death with Mektabek Oralbai, and that was 9 months ago. I think you need more time off. This guy submitted Jordan Volcheny 4 months ago. I think that, Duncan riding a high, health streak. Rebecca battling back from Rebecca might be better. He might be better, but his forces are depleted, and Duncan is got the high ground here.
It's almost been a year since that Orlby fight. You are so wrong. Huh?
9 months. And I'm not talking 9 months. Okay, yeah, like he's still facing effects of that fight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it was 3 months before he was fucking fully actually recovered, because he probably started training way too early and was having all these little nagging injuries for the first 3 months. So now it's only been 6 months, maybe at best, of him training injury free. Whereas this guy is like spinning a wheel that is winding fast. Like Duncan has like overperformed and like gotten in and out without getting hurt a few times. Like these are like rainbow roads in Mario Kart. Like you're hitting them and you're getting multiplier effects, like in Guitar Hero. Like you're bang, 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 bang. Whereas this guy is like, he had to work for that win, and it's like, oh, all right, hold on, give me a second. No, you don't have a second. Back in. Oh, all right, fuck. And this guy's like, I'm ready to go. Like you got two guys. One guy's like, yeah, cool, yeah, whenever you need me. And they're like, now.
You're just
I'm painting pictures that don't exist.
You're painting pictures that don't exist. These don't exist.
I love the balls on my mouth.
The pause at the end of that really just like gets me every single time. That he just like looks into the camera for an extra 5 seconds. He did the same thing when he was talking about Connor's piece as well.
He didn't need to say pause. Like, you know how everybody goes pause. Like, you know,
he did it for you.
He's like pause. He paused, you know.
He gave a real pause. But no, Mateus Rebecca's going to win this fight. He's constantly underrated. I know he slipped on a banana peel against Vieira, but don't see that happening against Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan is just like a one-trick pony. He wins a lot of fights by guillotine. Rebecca could give up the guillotine. If you were to bet for Chris Duncan, I would go with Chris Duncan by sub. Don't think he has too much stopping power in the hands, but he does have a lot of knockouts on the regionals team, but he gets this guillotine all the time, dude. Justin Gaethje took everything, or Dustin Poirier took everything he worked for. That guy's never hit a guillotine in his life. Give me Mateus Rebecca.
So I won $4,500 this weekend. I give $1,000 to my wife. Okay, now I got $3,500 left. Cool. I send $3,000 home. I keep $500 in my sports betting account, and then I'm on Instagram and I see this video, and it's this guy, and he's like, I sent it to you. Did you watch it?
No.
It's about the Heisman.
Okay.
So he was like, I don't know who this guy is. I have no fucking idea who this guy is. Okay. But he's like, I'm a Heisman stud. Like, I pick the Heisman. Let me play the video. I'm gonna find the video. Talk to the people. So I picked Duncan. You picked Rebecca.
Yeah.
And you picked Tyron. I picked Park.
Yep.
Okay. Talk everybody through Ribovic versus Brenner. I'm gonna take a piss, find this video, and I'll come back with it.
Elvis Brenner versus.
Hold on. 5 people in the chat. Everybody, give us a comment. What the fuck are you thinking? How the fuck did you do this weekend? I won $5,000. As you can see, I went from being minus 1,600 in year 6 to above the break-even point by a lot, plus 25, 15, 45. Dan, still a bitch. Alex, still not gambling. Me, the only one carrying the torch.
Bangkok ready.
What are you guys doing? What are you guys thinking? I have no comments to read on the show. Please comment. Let me know what you're thinking. And, yeah.
Meatball Day!
All right, there we go. So we got Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovic. I'll tell you, I do want to take a flyer on Elvis Brenner. I feel like he hasn't hit his potential yet in the UFC. He fought really well against Garam, but we realized in time that Garam sucks. He fought well against Zubair. We realized in time that Zubair sucks. Kyan Krukeshki over here, he sucks as well. He lost against really good guys. Esteban Ribovic, not necessarily the most well-rounded fighter on the roster. He's a bit of a striker here. I don't really like taking a guy who is really one-dimensional against a guy who can mix it up pretty well. I want to take the flyer on Elvis Brenner, but I just don't know. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Sure, those guys are a lot better than this guy Ribovic, right? Ribovic. But I'm really torn on this card or on this fight. I'll take the flyer on Elvis Brenner. I'll jump on the grenade. I probably shouldn't. Esteban Ribovic, really good, really dynamic, throws some pretty crazy shit in there. Elvis Brenner has been knocked out before. I'm kind of talking myself out of this, but if Elvis Brenner can get it to the ground, Esteban Ribovic does not have the best game off of his back, does not have the best stand-ups, and will have issues with Elvis Brenner. I really feel like this is a loser. I really feel like Elvis Brenner is a loser in this one. I'll switch to Ribovic. To Ribovic.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things, right? Like, you're gonna pick every underdog again. I mean, 700 dogs once, and everyone's kind of like primed to seeing value and stuff. I like the value on Duncan. When it comes to Park and Tyra, I don't think there's a line out for it yet, but my gut is to go with Park. I'm sure Tyra, who's much more well known, will be, and not taking it on short notice, will be the favorite. So that's, main underdogs I'm picking. So, I mean, I'm going to go with Brenner here. I like Brenner. I think he's taken the requisite amount of time off after the knockout. I mean, Zaluber just lost to fucking Johnson. Hapcrass, 4 months ago, losing to him. It's like, I don't know. I find Brenner to be more dangerous. I find Brenner to be...
You're right. It's Brenner. It is Brenner.
It's Brenner. Like, it's 3 underdogs in a row, dude, I think.
You're right.
But what I think is, next week's card, a lot of favorites. Like 7 favorites in a row, and then like 3 underdogs in a row. That'll be, like, in my opinion, what happens. So you'll see me get more favorite heavy as we get to the prelims. But for the main, co-main, and main feature fight, I'm going with 3 underdogs for me.
All right. Next up, we got Carol Rosa versus Nora Cornioli. Ravioli, give me.
I looked at this fight. I was looking at this fight on Sunday or Saturday, like after kind of like having my winner's hangover, and I'm like, man, I really like want to just like think about fights. Like, I had so much fun winning. I want to just do it again. Like, what do we got next weekend? I'm so excited. And I look at this fight. I go, I don't give a fuck about this fight. I'm not even gonna pretend to. And I fucking went to the next one. I was like, I don't even want to bet on it. I don't even want to think about it. It's like dirty in my mind. It's like the equivalent of going to a music festival. You hear Paul McCartney, and you're like, oh, Paul McCartney's the man. I love Paul McCartney. And then you hear the fucking Kooks, and then you hear Portugal the Man, and then you hear fucking Kendrick Lamar, and you're like, oh man, what a great day. And someone's like, you want to go see? And it's like a shitty band. You're like, why? Like, I'm not gonna eat a fucking filet mignon and then go eat a fucking Snickers bar. Like, I'm gonna let the filet mignon memory exist before I go and force a Snickers bar in my fucking mouth, So anyway, this is the video I was talking about.
I don't brag much. I am a Heisman Trophy betting expert. I won a fortune on Burrow, Kyler Murray. I know my game. And the first thing you need to understand about the Heisman is it's like betting on the Oscars more than it's like betting on like an MVP or Offensive Player of the Year. Narrative, drama, a voter base that is out of touch. You got to factor all that in. Who gets better TV coverage? So you need to lean into that. Which guy has a narrative that people can get behind? Because that's where the voters will go, as much as just who's the best guy. So going through the board, there's a guy, and if you're an NFL fan more than anything, he's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft next year. I will guarantee it. And that is Lenore Sellers, the quarterback at South Carolina. He is Cam Newton 2010 level good. He can run, he can throw, he brings it all to the table. And at South Carolina, he's going to have a year. And he's at 19-1. You can find him in the markets. Bet that heavily because he's going to be very good. I don't brag much. I am a Heisman Trophy betting expert.
So I don't know what that is. It just found its way to me. And I found Lenore Sellers at 22-1 on FanDuel. It has since moved to 19-1.
Okay.
But I had $3,500. I send 3,000 home to the troops. I give 1,000 to my wife. And then I have 500, and I go, okay, cool. 500 on Lenora Sellers to win the Heisman.
Why?
To win 10,000.
Why?
He just said why.
That's gonna have such a long pay. Like
December. 5 months. 5 months.
That's such a slow.
$2,000 a month.
$2,000 a month. Yeah, but like, you know, God forbid, like he couldn't get injured the first game of the season.
Fine, it's all house money. But now I have a play, and let's say he's in the top 2. I'm gonna win 10K on him. I'll bet 3 on the next guy. You know.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. It seems like
I wanted to show you that so you could match the bet and do it too, and we could both win $10,000. Yo, imagine we both win 10K on the Heisman winner. We go to fucking Hawaii.
Fuck no, they're not going to give the Heisman to somebody who's at South Carolina for one.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, I guess people would say the same thing about Colorado, but like, you know, it's like you said, star power.
So who do
It's
you
not
think?
just about the X's and O's.
Arch Manning.
No, not Arch Manning. Arch Manning, he's not a finished product yet. He's not a finished product.
As of right now, Lenora Sellers is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's the 6th most likely guy to win. It's a race of. There's only 5 more likely guys.
There's going to be Luke.
Well, Carson Beck is equal. Jermaine Smith, Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith.
Okay.
He's Lenora Sellers is 18-1. He's 13-1. Garrett Nussmeier 9-1. Cade Klubik 9-1, and Arch Manning 7.5-1. But that's the top 6 right there.
Fair enough, but you know, there's like 700 options. I think there's like 7,000 options that it could possibly be. Fair.
So who do you think?
I don't
Jeremiah
think
Love, Notre Dame.
I think it's too soon to tell. I think it's too.
You gotta have. This is when you gotta just keep it simple. Stupid. Who's gonna win the Heisman?
I have no idea. It could be anyone.
How about Josh Hoover out of TCU? We're talking $100 bet pays $10,000. $1,000 bet $100,000.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I'm happy for you. I hope that wins. I hope Lenore Sellers pulls it off for you.
That guy seemed fucking like. That guy seemed like he was.
He had a lot of conviction. So you put $500 on something you know nothing about.
You know, I don't know.
That best case scenario gives you $10,000 in 10 months.
5 months. All right, we got to go through these fights. Kyle Rosa, Nora Cornoli. Here's the thing. Don't care, Kyle Rosa, but don't care, won't be betting it.
Yeah, couldn't care less. I've been burned by Carol Rosa a little too much lately. I'm gonna go with Nora Cornioli just to get a little payback. Carol Rosa does a lot of like reaching, like during the fight, like reaching out, like trying to grab you like a grandma trying to hug you off the ground. It's not how you get takedowns. It's not how you cover distance. You don't just reach out there like Tabitha Ricci. You would think her name's Tabitha Ricci. All she does is reach. She's not very good. Neither of these ladies are very good, but I like Nora Cornioli, so I'm rooting for her. I'm picking her.
Okay.
The Haitian sensation man, Neil Magny versus Alessio Zielinski. Luke, what do you think about this one?
Oh my God. It's like you're going to make me. It's like 2 in a row where it's like one guy's got 9 losses, one's got 13 losses. One's coming off back-to-back knockout losses. Oh, but the other one just got knocked out 4 months ago. Don't worry. You know, it's like not a lot to love about this one. I'm going to go with Neil Magny, but just from the height and reach perspective, that's really all that comes down to. I hate it. I won't be betting on it, but I'll take Neil Magny.
Give me Neil Magny as well. I love Neil Magny. Neil Magny matters, in my opinion. He is the gatekeeper for the 170-pound division, and he will
Neil Magny matters.
And he will keep that gate closed for Alessio Zaleski.
How could I forget that Neil Magny actually, of all the people in the division, Neil Magny matters.
Neil Magny matters.
And Neil Magny matters. And not only that, my mom, we were watching one time, and it was like most wins in the welterweight division history. And she was like, this guy, he's got more wins than George St. Pierre. I was like, apparently. She's like, I should know who he is. I was like, you should know. I was like, you're right. Because
Neil Magny matters.
As of late, Neil Magny has been a kingmaker. Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, Ian Machado, Gary, Gilbert Burns.
Right. He's not going to make Zaleski a king.
Yeah, he wouldn't make Zaleski a king. He didn't do it to D-Rod, and you saw what D-Rod just did to Kevin Holland. He didn't do it to Phil Rowe. He beat up Phil Rowe in a classic who's on first situation. They couldn't tell each other apart. He beat up Mike Malott, dude. He finished Mike Malott in the third round with like 15 seconds left when Mike Malott was kicking the shit out of him. Neil Magny matters. Neil Magny is important. He is the kingmaker. The only guy in the last 10 years who's beaten, or 5 years, who's beaten Neil Magny who didn't matter is Michael Chiesa. Everybody else has been in the title conversation since then. Neil Magny's a dog. I mean, guys, he beat Jeff Neal 4 years ago. Jeff Neal is still a contender in this weight class. Give me Neil Magny.
Yeah. Okay.
You see some of these guys, and you got to think, homeboy with the Lyme's disease is just shaking in his boots. Like, Neil Magny has 34 UFC fights.
Jim Miller, he's got 50 almost.
Damn.
Right? I think he has 50, right? How many? No, he can't have 50.
That's crazy. I mean, he could have 50. He's been fighting since before UFC 100.
I'm trying to figure out.
Just look up Jim Miller on Tapology.
Yeah, I'm on his. Hold on. Fuck. All right, yeah, you're right. I'm on the UFC fucking stats. Now I'm on Advance. Jim Miller, Jim A10 Miller. No one's ever called you that. No one's ever fucking called you that. All right.
So was he a fucking plane?
Could you I would get that right in UFC trivia night at any bar. I would get that right. Jim Miller, what's his fucking nickname? I'd be like, Jim Miller's nickname is A10, and I'd be like, but no one's ever called him that, you know? And I'd be like, and then say, and for bonus points, he requested Bruce Buffer announce him as Jim fucking Miller, and Bruce Buffer politely refused. So there you go. That would have been more appropriate. I'd be like, he also had an ale that he sold called Redbeard. Call him sooner Redbeard than you would call him A10. But anyway,
he's had 46 UFC fights.
That's what I'm saying. He wants to get to 50, I believe. Right?
He ain't getting into 50.
No, I think that was the deal. I think it was like he wants to fight at UFC 300. He did 100, 200, 300. And now I think he said he wants to get to 50 fights. So they would have to let him lose 4 in a row. You know what I mean?
No, 5, because he's on a losing streak already.
Here's my thing. I'm cool with it if it goes. Here's the problem, right? The rankings and the pay aren't correlated. Pay is based on 2 things. Popularity, 3 things. 4 things. Popularity, longevity, your fucking manager, and how many times you've literally won, because you get more money when you win. So it's like probably more things, but those are the big 4. It's like, how well did your manager negotiate? How popular are you? Which kind of goes into that, it's like 1 and 1A. And then it's like, how long have you been there? Will actually trump both of those a lot of the time, because I guarantee you they were paying Andre Arlovski more than Paddy the Baddy. I guarantee you they were paying Andre Arlovski more than Sean O'Malley. I guarantee you they were paying Andre Arlovski more than they were paying Alistair Overeem. Like, a lot of guys who aren't as popular as Sean O'Malley, Paddy the Baddy, not Conor McGregor, but you know what I'm saying? Like some of the guys who like had a lot of hype and shit behind them. Bryce Mitchell, like guys like this, like that get interviews, go on Theo Vaughn's podcast, like have popularity, have wins, you know what I mean? But they don't have longevity, which like a guy like Andre Arlovski or whatever has, you know what I mean? So they're making $500,000 to show up. Bryce Mitchell's making 35 the same night, you know? So that's the thing. It's like if Jim Miller, the reality is he's probably making a lot of money to show up. 46 fights in UFC, it would blow me away if he wasn't making $500,000 at least to show up. I mean, that seems like a lot, to be honest.
I mean, Askren was making that much to show
but
up.
Like, it shouldn't be a lot. If you've been with a company for 46 events, it really shouldn't be a lot to get $500,000. But the reality is, it does feel like almost like too much.
Way too much. Are you fucking kidding me for Jim Miller?
Like, I'll fight Jim Miller for $5,000. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God on my fucking. If you give me $5,000, I'll fight Jim Miller. You know what I mean? Like, and happily, like, oh my God, $5,000. Like, I would be like, that is gonna be that. I will open an investment account for. Like, I'm so excited to get that $5,000. Like, I will, and I'll hold you to that $5,000. You know what I mean? I'll be like, and honestly, now that I think about it, I want 10 because I'm gonna have to pay a lot in taxes. So I want 10. I want to take home 5. Like, I want to be like, yo, we made $5,000. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make like that. That's what I want. And it's like, that's the other side of a Jim Miller fight. So it's like, if you guys are struggling to match him for one of these last 4 fights, no, I will do it for $5,000 and I'll win. So it'll be funny.
There's your $10,000 right there.
What?
If you win.
Yeah, I don't need Lenore Sellers if I can beat Jim Miller's ass. I'd rather Lenore Sellers just go out there and have a good year, you know? But my point is that Tandem McCrory, the barn cat, it's a fighter. I'm just saying Jim Miller A10. I would sooner remember that Tandem McCrory is Tandem the Barn Cat McCrory. I would sooner remember that Tim Means is the Dirty Bird. I would sooner remember many nicknames before I would remember Jim Miller is A10, you know.
Absolutely.
Rory the Red King McDonald. Remember when Rory was the Red King? But it was a rebrand. What was Rory? Oh, it was Aries. The guy.
Was it?
Dude, Rory McDonald 0 for 2 on nicknames.
Red King was given to him, though.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, he picked it.
No, everybody would call him it online after he fought Robbie Lawler.
Fuck no, not true.
Are you sure?
It's a reference to Canada. Red, maple leaf, things like that. It's not.
Yeah, but then he had all that blood all over.
It's lame, Alex. Roy McDonald is over 2.
It is lame, but I feel like it was given to him.
No, and the Red King is fucking like, I don't know, who's the Red King in Game of Thrones? Stannis
Darth Vader.
Okay. What do you think about the Blackfish? What do you think about Stannis Baratheon? What do you think about Littlefinger? What do you think about?
Sorry, B. I've been balls deep on fish, and I swore you were talking about the SeaWorld documentary.
No.
I like all the characters in Game of Thrones. I think that's the difference between me and a lot of people is I like all of the characters. I think they're all really good, and they all have really good reasons for wanting to do what they want to do. I'm like, that makes perfect sense. You should murder all of the Starks in front of everybody and make them clowns. They just embarrass the fuck out of you. Are you kidding me? And now he's gonna bring that Jezebel into your house and
for me,
across the whole thing.
The one I want to hug the most is Arya. because I feel like Arya had the least control, the least say out of anybody. Like she was just kind of like she was like the one who like had the most promise and ended up getting like kind of kicked around the most, like and had to see the most.
But that's why she kills Jon Snow at the end, and everybody thought it was so weird.
What?
She kills Jon Snow at the end of the whole shebang. I was trying to give somebody a fake spoiler, just throw him. The show's been out for like 10 years at this point. If you haven't seen
When you look into it,
well, I just mean like, yeah. Arya had the least physical damage, the most having to witness. She had to watch her dad's head get cut off. She had to watch Rob's head get cut off. She had to watch them sew the fucking wolf's head to Rob's body. She had to, but you know what? Her and the Hound, fucking adorable. That is the Stewie and Brian of the whole thing. Her and the Hound are Stewie and Brian. Like, they're just like getting up, doing little adventures, like just having the best time. Like, I'm so excited to watch Game of Thrones tonight, actually. I'm rewatching it all from the beginning. I just watched episode 1, and my thoughts on episode 1 are like, we need to get into it. Like, I'm like, let's get into it. Like,
you start to realize that those last few seasons that were pretty action-packed, like the entire time, it was like
we built to this.
Yeah.
People who don't like it binge watched it. It's like, yeah, if you had to wait every week, and you know what I mean, like you would have appreciated.
I just binge watched the whole thing. I loved it. I loved the entirety of the whole thing.
Or honestly, no, you know what it was, Alex? It was the Johnny Come Latelys. Because I'll tell you what, we watched every episode as it came out live in college every Sunday. We watched it every single week for the whole 4 years I was in college. By the fucking last year I was in college, all of a sudden the room is full of people now. Just like with Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. All of a sudden, everyone wants to watch boxing. All of a sudden, everyone wants to watch. All of a sudden, everyone wants to watch Breaking Bad. It's like, yo, where were you guys for 6 fucking seasons? Where were you guys for 50 fights? Why do you care now? And now are making me have to fucking pause it to explain to you who the fuck Theon Greyjoy is and why he's sad.
Oh, hold on a second. I'll be
right back.
No, I gotta go.
All right.
all right, we got a situation.
I had a deep conversation with Steven Seagal last time I was in Dubai.
Okay, I'm back at least. Now we can get into. So we both picked Neil Magny. He matters. Now we're getting into Kevin Vallejos versus Danny Silva. 15-1 Kevin Vallejos. I just wish there was more meat on the bone for this fight because it seems like, you got Danny Silva, he's 10-1. Kevin Vallejos, he's 15-1. You want to believe that you're going to get value here. You want to believe that you can be the sharp who goes, nah. Kevin Vallejos good, Danny Silva bad. Despite only both having one loss, I'm going to get some value catching Kevin Vallejos at I don't know. I swear to God, I'd be happy at anything at this point. Where I'd like to see it, minus 120 Kevin Vallejos. Where I expect to see it, minus 175. What I'd settle for, minus 220. What I'm getting, minus 470. Like, hold on. Let me bend over. Hold on. Like, do you want to buy me a drink first before you fucking smack me in the face, spit in my mouth, and fucking take me to the cleaners? Like, no, I'm not giving you 400 and fucking. Oh, so I can make $100 if I give you 470 fucking dollars on Kevin Vallejos. This isn't John Jones. This isn't Tom Aspinall. This isn't fucking Bo Nickel. This isn't like somebody we care about, we know about. This isn't even somebody who's proven themselves. He was not in the UFC 4 fights ago. This is a guy who was not in the UFC 3 fights ago. This is a guy who won his way onto the UFC with a knockout against a guy who was 7-0 on the Contender Series. Then he goes in there and beats Song Woo Choi. Song Woo Choi is 11-7. Song Woo Choi has lost 7 other fucking times. And you're telling me this guy, Kevin Vallejos, because he's 23, deserves to be minus 470 against a 28-year-old who's been in the UFC at least for a split decision win against Josh Quiblau, who we have the utmost respect for. Lucas Almeida sucks, kind of, but, 2 split decision wins in a row. Obviously, you don't feel confident betting Danny Silva, and you do think Kevin Vallejos wins this fight, but not at minus 470. You don't think it that much, do you? Let me know in the chat. I don't. And at this point, you're gonna make me bet on Danny Silva. Like, or at least you're going to make me fucking hedge on Danny Silva. I mean, what does Vallejos have going for him? Less experience, or in the UFC at least. Less, 4 inches shorter, 2 inches less of reach. No pedigree to speak of. He's in great shape. Cool. He's from Argentina. Cool. Does he train in Argentina now? That could be good and bad. He's got no wins. He lost to John Silva on the Contender Series by decision. But, I mean, he's got a lot of... Look, I want to bet Kevin Vallejos. I just am kind of more annoyed that I have to pay minus 470 for it. I think that... I think he wins, but I don't think he wins that often if these two fought. If these two fought 10 times, I think it's more like he wins 7 times. He wins 6.5 times. He doesn't win 9.9 times. He does, or whatever, let's see. Odds calculator. Minus 470. I'm going to guess that's like, what, 85%? 90%? 87.5%? I use Action Network, betting calculator, implied or what is it? American odds. Minus 470, 82%. 82 point. So they're saying this guy wins 82 out of 100 times. You're saying Danny Silva only wins 18 out of 100 times against Kevin Vallejos. What gives you that impression? What gives you that impression? He's got more UFC experience. He's fought better competition within the UFC. He is taller. He's longer. He's by no means over the hill. He's at that perfect age of 28. You're going to see a better Danny Silva than you've seen. You're going to see as good of a Kevin Vallejos as you've seen. At 23 years old, you're not going to see this same rapid improvement you would see from a 28-year-old. So, fuck me. I'm going to have to take Danny Silva, I guess. I do think Kevin Vallejos is the better fighter. If you said to me, I always try to look at like if you're picking who you're gonna play as, like Madden. It's like, oh, you give me the Eagles, you give me the Saints. Like at a certain point, you're gonna be like, oh, really? You're picking the fucking Eagles? They won the Super Bowl last year. I'm picking the fucking Saints. Like, that's not this though. This is more like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Denver Broncos, or more so, it's the Washington Commanders versus the Seattle Seahawks with Geno Smith. It's not even that. It's the Washington Command. I would say Kevin Vallejos is like the Washington Commanders, and Danny Silva is like the Denver Broncos. Where the fuck is Alex?
And I think when I come back as a heavyweight, I'll try to do more legally controversial shit.
At this point, I'm going to have to proceed forward as if Alex isn't coming back. So you guys can chat with me if you want. But Vegas is trying to force the sucker parlays. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, guys. So it's like if you're, let's say, you throw in $10. You're only taking home 21%. Like you're taking home $12. Like, so you're getting a 20% return or whatever on Danny Silva. So I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put him in a parlay. I would just as soon. To me, it's like if you're putting anybody north of minus 220 in a parlay, minus 270 in a parlay, you're just being silly and greedy, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Unless you're really confident. I don't know. I mean, next we got Nick Klein versus Andre Pulayev. Nick Klein, he's blue collar. This fight's near even. Mind you, Nick Klein opened up as one of the larger underdogs in UFC history against Mansour Abdul Malik. And he did well. He almost finished Abdul Malik at times. He was undefeated, 7-0 at the time. He's 6-2 now, and he's facing Pulayev. I think it's kind of a situation where he's being dealt from the bottom of the deck. You got a guy, again, 6'4" to his 6'1". He's taller. He's stronger. He's coming out of the martial arts school of Alexander Shlamenko. You'll remember other guys coming out of there, or you would think you would, but you don't. Yeah. I got to go with blue collar Nick Klein here. It is stupid to do so, and the reason is his opponent's taller, longer, stronger, younger, faster, Russian-er, probably can not get submitted and end up what's up, Alex? I'm talking Nick Klein versus Pulayev real quick. I think it's really stupid that Nick Klein and Pulayev are lined as a pick'em when Klein was such a huge underdog in his last fight, and he got finished in his last fight. Yeah, he almost finished Malik at times, looked good at times, narrowed the line at times, but Pulayev is more tall, longer, stronger, athletic, faster, probably just as skilled on the ground, and can probably put Klein on his back. And although Klein is blue collar, I want to pick Klein, but I just think that just like with the last fight that you've yet to break down, Silva versus Vallejos, I just feel like we're being disrespected by the line here. It's like I deserve to be backing Klein at like plus 200 after him losing as a gigantic underdog. His opponent here is just as dangerous as his last opponent in a lot of ways, or at least like, I don't know. I mean, for it to be lined as a pick'em, it makes me want to pick Pulayev.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't rate Christian Leroy Duncan all that high. I think him, Leon Edwards, Jai Herbert, they all are like the same guy, but different sizes. They're different evolutions of.
Nah, bruv. You're talking to a man's in a tracksuit, and you're going to have respect for my guys. Leon Edwards, Jai Herbert, and Chris and CLD. CLD is a real one.
No, they all have the same, they all make the same faces. They all have the same mannerisms. They all have the same fight style.
If that's what you mean. The British gentlemen.
British gentlemen. Yes. They are gentlemen.
The British gentlemen. The British gentlemen.
Fair.
For them all. And that's exactly pick Pulev because CLD is really fucking good.
Yeah, I don't think he's all that good. I don't think he's that good at all. I think he's a guy that goes in there.
Okay, so Alex, as recently as 3 years ago, Doran Dokaj, 2-1, beat Nick Blue Collar Klein. And look, Nick Klein, he is blue collar. I do respect that. But Doran Dokaj is Canadian, and he's 4-2. And, every time he's lost, it's been by decision, and he hasn't fought. He fought Ryan Loder. He lost to him. And, this guy. So Ryan Loder beat a guy who beat Nick Klein. And finished Nick Klein, by the way. Finished him with ground and pound.
Ryan Loder's an impressive guy.
And then Nick Klein gets finished again by Mansour Abdul Malik. Meanwhile, Christian Leroy Duncan can't finish Andre Pulev. Christian Leroy Duncan, good at his record. You know how many finishes Christian Leroy Duncan has? Most of them. He's only actually been in a decision twice, and one of them was against motherfucking Pulev. Every other time, he's fucking 8 times he's knocked a guy out. One time he submitted him. He's got 2 decision wins and 2 decisions.
But you're talking about this Pulev guy who's so good, but he had a 3-5 record as an amateur. He's not even that good. He's sitting here losing to Jacob Tugambayev, dude. You don't even know who Jacob Tugambayev is, okay? Get out of here.
Dude, you know CLD went 17-5 as an amateur?
That's crazy, dude. How do all these British guys have such like
an amateur?
They have such like a.
Wait, I'm an amateur. He fought Andreas Gustafsson as an amateur. He fought Abdul Rahman Al Hassan, who is not Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Okay, he fought.
Give me Nick Klein. You guys know how I feel about these Kleins.
These Kleins.
But I hate the Kleins, but I love me some blue collar. Shout out to Jersey Jerry. We're going with Nick Klein. And I'm taking Kevin Vallejos. I'm out on anybody who even reminds me of Dan. And at this point, like, Danny Silva's just a jump too far for me. I thought Dan and I were friends. I haven't talked to him.
Don't you feel like you're getting your mouth pissed in at -470? Like Kevin Vallejos, Danny Silva, like 10-1 versus 14-1. You should be getting like a pick'em. And
you should be.
This fight should be Nick Klein should be lined what Danny Silva is, and this. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Your arm is shaking.
Oh, I'm shaking. I got shaky legs. You know that. Yeah. The gooning allegations are out. The gooning allegations are alive.
All right, so I'm going with Pulev. You're going with Nick Klein. Next, Hinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Yo, I mean, like, what do you think? I went first last 2 times, so you got it.
Rinya Nakamura, he's an Olympian, great wrestler. Nathan Fletcher, he doesn't fancy himself much of a wrestler. He lost to Keenan Olafi from wrestling. He lost to Kyle Lauren from wrestling. I think you got to go with Mr. Nakamura here, but I don't love the odds. I think Nathan Fletcher's a good, sturdy guy, but, losing to Kyle Lauren, who's now in the PFL, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. What did Patty say Kyle Lauren looks like? It's not toy soldiers. It's
small soldiers.
Small soldiers. That's it. The blockhead. But yeah, give me Nakamura. Don't love it. Hold your nose. Hold your nose and just pick this one. Nathan Fletcher has opportunities to win. I think that he's got some stopping power. He's good on the feet. He could take the fight to Rinya Nakamura. Nakamura is 30 years old. He's no spring chicken. He has great wrestling, but if he doesn't mix it up well against Nathan Fletcher, he could be in for a rude awakening. I root for the strikers in a striker versus grappler matchup, but I know that the grappler in the striker versus grappler matchup more times than not has the advantage and will utilize it. I'm going with Rinya Nakamura, but I don't love it.
I'll tell you what, the worst thing that could happen is for me to go back to back and have 2 weekends where I win multi-$1,000s, where a lot of underdogs win, and I'm just proven right. That could be the worst thing. And that's almost exactly what will happen this weekend, because now everybody who's so smart is going to be like, regression principle, we're going to regress towards the mean. But then you're going to have guys like Johnny the Greek who say, don't buck the trend. It's a trend. It's not a regression yet. We're trending in this direction. Then we'll regress. So, like, actually what's happening is people are getting more scared, and they're going, oh, I'm Danny Betman. Yeah, Nakamura, he's such a big favorite. Like, he's obviously, like, come on, we just had 7 underdogs win. I'm not going to be silly. But it's like, well, why? If you remember correctly, Nakamura got knocked. You didn't watch this fight. Muin Gafurov, I watched it because I was heavily invested in Muin Gafurov as an underdog against Shinya Nakamura. He beat the fuck out of Shinya Nakamura. He dropped him in every single muround. He almost finished him in every single round. Nathan Fletcher is fighting him 4 months later. Nathan Fletcher is a better striker probably than Muin Gafurov. He is also like wrestling, like this is a Japanese wrestler, the same Bo Nickel. And guess what? Renita Ritter just ran through Bo Nickel. So wake up. Wrestling doesn't exist. Nathan Fletcher's going to beat the fuck out of Shinya Nakamura. I'm picking Nathan Fletcher.
Yeah, I would go Nathan Fletcher. The only thing is that huge hole in his game is the wrestling. Like Keon awfully, I'm pretty sure, awfully wrestled him for the.
What do you think he's working on?
Cowlin Lauren took him down at will.
What do you think they're working on?
Luke. You know, you say all this about Japanese wrestling in general. How is Irish wrestling?
He's not Irish. He's from Liverpool.
Cowlin Lauren, an Irish wrestler, took him down at will.
He's trains at Next Gen MMA Liverpool, Alex. And you know what? Liverpool produces some good fighters like Molly Meatball McCann and Chris Fishgold and Paddy the Batty Pimblett. And, you know, you can say what you want about Liverpool, but at the end of the day,
look at them. Absolute disgrace. Why would I want to be from Liverpool? It's a shithole.
That's the first time I've seen that part where she's like, "Tell that to its supporters."
I don't even know. It just says Liverpool is a shithole. So I do like. I've never been to Liverpool, but I like Nathan Fletcher trains.
Great place, never been.
I hope it is a shithole because I want my fighters to be motivated to fight their way out. So, Nathan Fletcher it is for me, and that will be my 1, 2. My 5th underdog.
All right. Next up,
here's what I'll say. Danny Silva, I'm switching that back. I'm picking Kevin Vallejos because at the end of the day, I do think Kevin Vallejos wins. Excuse me. So I will pick Kevin Vallejos. So that makes my 4th underdog, Nathan Fletcher. I'll bet I pick every favorite for the rest of these 3 fights, and then we go 4 underdogs, 11 fight card.
The one guy Danny Silva lost to is named Kanan Kawahi.
Dan Silva just doesn't take himself seriously enough. All right. Oh man, you're gonna make me pick another underdog here. I gotta.
All right. Next up, we got Adolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore. Just want to know what has more distance, the length of distance between the fighters when they face off, or Tresean Gore's eyes. There's not a lot of distance between either. What has more, though? I've seen guys get super close, but not quite as close as Tresean Gore's eyes. That being said, we already kind of touched on this at the top of the show. Jiu-jitsu doesn't work. Jiu-jitsu's garbage. Jiu-jitsu means absolutely nothing. Tresean Gore is a brick shithouse. If you think Adolfo Vieira is going to take him down, you're insane. Adolfo Vieira is weak sauce, not good. All guys who are jiu-jitsu world champions, you need to realize that they don't drug test in jiu-jitsu. So They get on all that sauce. They have all these cool pictures for Tapology. They look all jacked, and then they come in the UFC. Look at Felipe Lins after he won $1 million in the PFL. Comes to the UFC, 12 pounds of shit in a 6-pound bag. Let's just be honest. I'm going with Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore is going to be able to work Adolfo Vieira off him, hit him with big shots. Adolfo Vieira is going to tire himself out, get absolutely knocked out, flatline, unconscious, second round, about 3 minutes in.
I think I should bet $1,000 on Tresean Gore. How about I cash this Lenore Sellers bet out right now?
They should be giving you money if the line jumped, right?
At least my money back.
They should give you a little interest,
They should give me a little
juice there.
But he did just get knocked out 3 months ago, Alex. You ever think about that?
Yeah, but what's Adolfo Vieira going to do to him? Knock him out? What are you going to do, Nate? Volume punch me? Had to be there. But did you ever think that Tresean Gore walked out of that knockout with his Diet Coke unscathed?
I don't. He got knocked out by Cody Brundage. He got knocked out by Marco Tulio 3 months ago, 3 years ago. I'm torn.
You lose to Andre Petrosky. He got knocked out by a hip.
Yeah.
I heard Andre Petrosky was helping the Flyers learn how to fight. I said, boys, you're not allowed to grapple.
That was a close fight.
Against Petrosky?
I think so. I think I remember feeling like it was close. Don't you?
It probably was. But regardless, I do not appreciate that Andre Petrosky has infiltrated the Flyers and is teaching them how to fight. Guy doesn't even know how to do a 1-2. He's a wrestler. Haven't they heard? What's next? You're gonna call in?
I remember him tagging Petrosky.
But Petrosky doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything about anything.
Look, dude, I want to be with you here.
He's been drinking too much Delco water. That fucking Petrosky. Okay.
I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about betting $1,000 on Tresean Gore, but I'm gonna just actually save me and you and me and you. I'm gonna go Vieira. I'm gonna pussy out and go Vieira. All right. Then let's see. Felipe Belunas versus Rafael Estevam. Okay.
Esteban's coming in on short notice. Andre Lima was supposed
I
to be.
will never bet on a fighter who is 7 years older and is over 33 years old at the weight of 125 or below. This guy has trouble even making championship weight. I'm going with Estevam to beat Felipe Belunas.
Esteban's coming in on short notice here. I mean, I don't know how short a notice. It was canceled. It says there's supposed to be another fight on this card as well. So I'm trying to decipher which one of these guys is it going to be. Is it going to be Azmat Bekhaev, who had 2 opponents drop out? Or is it going to be Austin Bastry, who just had Francis Marshall pull out via injury? Interesting stuff there. But Felipe Buniz versus Rafael Estevam, Julio Cardio, Julio Rivera Contreras. You ever watch Sweet Life of Zach and Cody?
Yeah.
The bellhop. His name was Esteban. He had 15 middle names.
Yeah. I almost feel like I hate it. Like, I don't want to bet a 13-0 guy at -500. You know? I don't want to do that. I want to bet the underdog.
Yeah, bet the underdog. This guy's coming in on short notice. He doesn't know which way is up or down. This guy's last loss. This guy's last loss was the job.
I'm gonna pick Esteban, but I'm not happy about it.
This guy fought Daniel Rodriguez in his first fight ever, bro. You kidding? Give me Felipe. Give me Felipe. Don't know why. Just we're shooting from the hip this week, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be honest, I will probably watch 15 minutes of these fights. I cannot commit a weekend to this shit of a card and not gamble on it. So I'm going to probably wash my hands of this, go to a park maybe, touch grass for once, and not have anything to do with this card.
You can do both. All right, I'm going to go next fight, Piero Rodriguez, Ketlin Souza. Who cares, Phil? I'm going with Ketlin Souza. It's going to shock everybody, right? All these underdogs win. The main event of the last card wins underdogs. So everyone goes, okay, let's go. The wheel has to come up red eventually here. Let's go Rodriguez. And then it'll be like, Souza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're like, fuck, all right. And they'll be like, all right, yeah, I can get into this. Oh, a fight was just added. Are you serious? Austin Bashi versus John Yanis.
Yanez, okay.
Yeah, so either way, it'll be like, all right, and then it'll be like, now I'll go Buenas, and it'll be like Esteban wins. It'll be like, all right, well, Trayson Gore then. Vieira.
Yo, is this Yanni the Greek's cousin? John Yanis?
John Yanis. All right. So anyway, let's get into it then.
Give me so Piero Rodriguez versus Ketlin Souza. I'm gonna go based off of the you know what? I'll call it the Souza principle. The Souza principle right here. We're going with Ketlin Souza just based off of the Souza principle alone, and now that's what it's called. When you have no idea what's gonna happen, and you just take the woman that looks a little bit more grizzled, looks like she needs to fight and couldn't open an OnlyFans in the next.
A neck tattoo helps.
Yeah, a neck tattoo helps. A short haircut helps.
I will say this: you have a neck tattoo. I'll bet it moves the betting line in your favor.
Definitely. And the fact that she's coming in as a dog with a crazy and Luke, she's got the crazy haircut. She's got the neck tattoo. That should be double points in her direction. Other girl has other options on the table. Let's just say Ketlin Souza does not.
I feel you.
She didn't choose the fight in life. The fight in life chose her. Next up, we got Austin Bashi. I was just speculating on this earlier. Which one is going to be the one to get added to the card? Austin Bashi versus John Yanis. Now,
funny, sorry, not to interrupt you, but I was going to say Bashi because he's the youngest. He's got to just do what he's told. Like,
you do as you're told.
Do as you're told.
Nick Aguirre, isn't this the guy who fought Peyton Talbot?
Aguirre?
His last win was against Austin Bashi's last win was against that guy. Oh no, that was Johnny Yanis's last win. My mistake. Austin Bashi, another one of these guys that everybody was super high on coming in. You know, UFC debut minus 270 favorite against C-Rod.
Wait, sorry, I'm sorry. Did you pick Buenas?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I did that. Austin Bashi comes in, gets no love from the UFC. Minus 270 favorite against C-Rod. C-Rod, the fucking dog when it comes to destroying guys that were hype in their debut or the fight after. C-Rod, the debutante killer, the hype train derailer, the absolute dog that C-Rod is, miss weight every single time and go out there and destroy. One of these fighters will come out looking drugged. Any guess who? Well, one's got a neck tattoo.
He said that 7 minutes ago. It could have been. So guys, wait, one thing. I have this little bag here. I got my teeth cleaned today. If you join the Patreon and you DM me, I'll send you some pictures of my teeth.
Do not. It is disgusting. Don't even ask for it.
Did you see it, Alex?
Yes, I did see that.
Yours look like my before or my after?
Mine probably look more like your after.
No.
than you before.
When's the last time you been to the dentist?
I go every 6 months, dude.
Crazy.
And I floss. Huh?
Crazy that it could get like that.
Yeah, no, I had I think
I thought those were just my teeth, dude. I didn't know that was all that was a tartar. I thought that was what normal teeth look like. I was like, yes.
And you're lucky you got it checked out when you did, because you know what happens with gum disease, right? You have blockages for your heart and stuff like that. So if you get
yes.
gingivitis and stuff like that, it
creeps in through the gums. That's why I actually did what I did.
Yeah.
I will be. I'm gonna go every 2 months.
Yeah. Once you go back for the first time after a long time, you say, I'm never doing that again, and I'm going to start taking care of these pearly whites. And you know,
I'm going to go every month, every day. I'm going to go every day.
Once you start getting into the floss, once you start flossing up, you know, then you're taking it to the next level.
But really, it's about fasting, not drinking, and only drinking water and no coffee.
Yes, absolutely.
She was like, "Do you drink anything?" She's like, "What do you normally drink?" I was like, and I just answered honestly. I was like, if not water, something alcoholic. And she's like, okay. I was like, so that's bad. She's like, yeah. I was like, and she's like, yeah.
She's like, where are your teeth doctors?
Like, there's some acidic buildup. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I don't know. I'm like, well, like seltzers. And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh, coffee. I was like, I drink coffee every day, like a lot of it. And she's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, okay. So no, you know what? No more coffee. No more alcohol. No more seltzers. Just water.
And, you know, you did have a pretty nasty habit that does something to your teeth as well.
You know what, Alex? I was surprised to find that didn't play as much of a role as I thought it did. You know what it really was? It was the not going to the dentist for 10 years. that was what it was.
Yeah.
It was the not taking an hour out of my day twice a year for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do that. Hey, public service announcement. Go to the fucking dentist.
Do it and do it and be so thankful that you did it, because if you ever go an extended period, and anybody who has gone an extended period of time without going to the dentist and goes back, it is one of the most painful, annoying experiences.
No. It was painless.
Really?
Bro, the x-rays are annoying, but whatever. But here's the thing. They used a water pick that was like extremely high pressure. They just carved right through all that tartar and got it right out. And they go, normally when people come in for the cleanings, we scrape that tartar away. But in your case, it would be such a painful experience to do that. They were like, we're just going to blast you with this really easy and
the water pick for me, the sound of it. It sounds like metal scraping and stuff. It makes my blood run cold, you know?
Yeah. Not possible.
They'd be far too smooth for him.
Once they've seen what's in this mouth, they don't want anything to do with it. She was like, oh, you haven't been to the dentist. Like, I was probably the worst patient of her day. I was like, yeah. She's like, I haven't been to the dentist in 10 years. She's like, okay. You know.
Oh, she's scraping that gunk up, getting smells from years ago. She's getting sense.
I really thought it would be like terrible. I personally was like, this is like one of the and then like the before and after, you saw the before and after, like everything's fine now.
Yeah.
She measured my gums. She was like, you know, hey, like you came at the right time, because we're nowhere near in the territory of like irreparable damage, but like
I feel like they just say that every time.
No, they were like, no, she showed me on a chart. It was like 1 to 3 is normal, 4 is not normal. I had some 4s, you know, and but we're gonna work on it and we're gonna get better. And we're not gonna be bad boys, you know what I mean? We're gonna be good boys.
Don't talk about so much of what you do.
I thought it was necessary to tell the people that I won money and I got my teeth fixed. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm balling out over here. Like I'm getting my teeth fixed. I'm like
winning money. Like
Yo, bro.
I love him. Who is he?
Gabriel Wanderlei. he was just like,
Wanderlust.
he said, I'm taking everything Wanderlei Silva's ever worked for. I'm making it my last name. But that's somebody that John Giannis fought. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Giannis Papas. Who are all these Giannis's? Giannis the Greek.
James on top.
Hmm?
I don't know.
Give me Austin Bashi. He's prepared. He's ready. Fought a tough opponent his last time out. Went to decision with Christian Rodriguez, which, Chihuihuis can't say the same.
Well, but isn't Nick Aguirre pretty fucking good, though? Yeah.
Huh?
Nick Aguirre is pretty good, though, right?
Sorry. Come again?
Nick Aguirre is pretty good, right?
He's decent. He's definitely decent. He fought Peyton Talbot pretty well. There was an argument that he won one of those rounds. Could have won another one.
Because here's my thinking, right? Like, this kid actually did take Cameron Simon to a split decision in a fight that he lost when they were both kind of Cameron Smotherman. Cameron Smotherman, who is like emerging into the UFC as somebody that they're looking at, right? So it's like, if they're looking at this guy's record, they're going like, all right, cool. They're scouting him. They're like, yeah, he's 8-3 in Fury. Like, fought Cameron Smotherman. Like, this is a good, like, Angel John Giannis is good. Like, he's like, can probably fucking do well in the UFC. And they're like, Austin Bashi is also good, but like, they want to like, they already matched him with Christian Rodriguez, right? Like, they keep doing this where they're matching like good ass fighters up against each other. I don't know. I mean, I'm going with Austin Bashi, but I'm not stoked about it.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a huge, huge favorite.
You think?
Dude, he's going to be like minus 600, 700. This guy just is coming in on late notice, and he was a minus 270 in his first UFC fight against fucking C-Rod, who people actually rate pretty highly. Like, this kid's got... Huh?
No, I'm just doing some...
Wing
I was trying to view like the flow of money. I was like, okay, so like big favorite at the start, and then you get like Souza, then you get like a little bit of Estevam, then you get a little bit of like Fletcher. Like it's just the movement of like I was like, is it possible? I was trying to visualize, so I was like, is it possible? And I was like, yes, because after a card with 7 out of 12 favorites,
but you got to remember, that being said,
you're gonna have some recovery.
The mean for the whole year has been very favorite heavy cards, in my opinion. Like, based on my memory, almost every card in the last 6 months has had 2 to 4, underdogs win or less. And I think that last weekend, I think that we could have
healing. No, you mean HEAL. I'm healing. I can't stop rubbing my tongue against the backs of my teeth. I'm like, so this is what like teeth actually feel like.
Yeah, that is the weirdest thing after getting your teeth cleaned for the first time in a while. But what I was saying was,
I was like, I've grown accustomed to my tartar, and I like my tartar. I want it there. It's like fortifying me. It's holding everything. It's like a cast iron skillet. I'm seasoning my teeth here.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, there's been a lot of favorite heavy cards this year in general. So to think that it can't possibly be another dog heavy card is just not being smart and having too much revisionist history, recency bias. And you're like, oh, well, there's no way there's going to be 2 in a row. This happens sometimes. It happens. We haven't had. It's been a long time since we had over 5 dogs.
That's not why we're here. We're here to just look at every card and look at every fight in a vacuum and just be like, who do we think is going to win? Ignore everything else.
Exactly.
Says me.
He's fucking sacrificing newts just to win fights. Focus on just the fights, man. Don't worry about the
punches and kicks. But then also look into the witchcraft of it all and, the karmic balance of it all. Well, That being said, 209. Thank you guys for joining the show Monday night. Love you so much. And let's get into the work week. Forget about UFC for a few days. By Friday, we'll recalibrate. We'll reload, recenter, refocus, get back in the fight. And think about Halo 3. Think about Wolverine, X-Men, Last Stand. Think about Jocko Willnick. Just get back in the fight, lock up, and say, yo, I don't give a fuck. I'm about to just fucking think about this. Think about what you're going to tell people on Sunday. That's it. Don't even worry about Saturday. Say, I'm going to wake up Sunday, and I'm going to be like, dude, Saturday was sick. I won this. That's what works for me. Is I don't think about winning the money. I think about what I'm going to do on Sunday. And I'm like, what I'm going to do on Sunday is I'm going to wake up. I'm going to feel happy because I've won the money. You know what I mean? And the money could just be the money I won back that I bet that night and I didn't lose any money. Or it could be I won a lot of money. But either way, it's like, don't let that affect you. Just play to win to play. I love you. Let's go through our full picks top to bottom. If you're going with me, you're going with Hung Sung Park, Peace of Mind at the top. Chris Duncan, Elvis Brenner, Carl Rosa, Neil Magny, Kevin Vallejos, Andre Pulaev, Nate Fletcher, Adolfo Vieira, Rafael Estevam, Catlin Souza, and Austin Bashi. Alex, take him away.
Yeah, and if you're looking to see me, I'll be at Magoobies this Friday. Next Friday, I'll be at Charlie Goodnight's in Raleigh, North Carolina. And if you want to bet with me, you're going to be taking Tatsu Taira, Mateus Rebecki, Elvis Brenner, Nora Cornioli, Neil Magny, Kevin Vallejos, Nick Klein, Rinya Nakamura, Trayshawn Gore, Felipe Buniz, Ketlin Souza, and Austin Bashi. Austin Bashi looks like...
You went with Vallejos and Magny.
Huh?
So our double P certified picks, I'm sorry, Austin Bashi looks like what?
He looks like Sugar Sean O'Malley if he grew up in New Jersey.
Yeah. I'm going with, so if you're going with the double P certified picks, the double barreled shotgun, the picks Alex and I both agree on, Austin Bashi, Ketlin Sosa, Kevin Vallejos, Neil Magny, and Elvis Brenner. 5 double P certified picks. After going 7 out of 8 last weekend, Martin Boudet, Stephen Wynn, Billy Elkanah, Tabitha Ricci, Damon Blackshear, Bryce Mitchell, Sharon Magomedov, and Puyotrian. So of this 8 double P certified picks, we gave you Ricci, Elkanah, Boudet, and Mitchell essentially a pick 'em. Actually, I think he opened as an underdog. So 3 or 4 out of 8 were underdogs, and 7 out of 8 won. Blackshear being the only one who lost. This week we got Brenner, Magny, Vallejos, Souza, and Bashi. 5 picks for you. I hope you go 5 out of 5 on that. I'll throw a little pick in, a little $100 play on those 5. But thank you all for joining the show. I like that me and Alex had a little bit more disparity on this card. A lot of agreement last week, a lot of success last week, but we need to kind of shake things loose and see where we lie in these troubled waters with 7 out of 12 underdogs winning last week. It's a big decision to decide. It's like, do we buck the trend or do we ride the trend? And how does the week open up with Renier last week? So I love you guys. Thanks for joining the show. CBGB, just catching the stream, but appreciate you boys. We love you so much, buddy. Give us a comment when you watch the full video. Let us know what you think. Do the timestamps for us, whatever you want to do. We love you. And we'll chat with you guys more. Guys, we need to really take over the Discord. So if you're one of the 5 people still watching, if you're 2.5 hours, get in the damn Discord and chat a bunch amongst each other. The 5 of you here now, chat in the Discord because we got spammers coming in. We need them exercised. So get in the Discord, chat a bunch. We'll be in there as well. But I hope to be with Alex this Saturday night, and we'll be watching the fights together, gambling, playing blackjack, having a great time. We'll be in the Discord. Thank you so much for joining the show. We will see you in the Patreon and the Discord. Thank you. $100 for the year. If you're in here, if you're one of the 6, throw a like on board right now. Throw $100 in for the year for the Patreon. You get access to the open bet sheet. The open bet sheet where I just explained earlier in the episode I won $5,000 this weekend. I posted those bets in the open bet sheet. You could have won alongside me. I only put $200 out at the beginning of the night. We won $5,000. Let's fucking go. I love you. Join the Patreon. $100 for the year. And most importantly, get in that Discord, kick those spammers out. Link in the description below if you don't know what I'm talking about. Like, we will probably be transitioning away from Discord, away from the Patreon, and into and we won't do this without crediting everybody who joins the Patreon, by the way. So join the Patreon, doesn't really matter. You'll get kind of grandfathered into the new system. But
and Luke, by the way, somebody on the MMA holes is named Jesse.
So what we're going to try to do is, I mean, if you guys don't want to join Patreon, just let us know in the Discord. Let us know in the Discord, or let us know in the comments. Whatever you don't want to do, let us know. We might just consolidate it all towards YouTube, or maybe a YouTube Discord little thing. We can chat in Discord, and then we can, but either way, get in the Patreon, get the open bet sheet link, and that's what you're paying for. That's what you're getting. And
It's like, oh, that's your takeaway?
thank you all for being here. We love you, and we'll see you this weekend for the fights, even though they're not the best fights in the world. We'll be watching, we'll be betting, we'll be trying to win some money. It's a very interesting card, and we'll see you this weekend. Love you.
In this episode, dude. I don't.